This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
Tips on how to combat and deal with the flu from a local doctor next. Hello everyone, and thank you so much for your time. I'm Lisa Sugared in tonight for Ken Cara, reminding you to watch us in high definition on Service Electric Cablevision Channel 513 and anywhere, anytime with our Samsung Productions app. Now headlines from SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. Hazleton police are alerting local businesses to be on the lookout for counterfeit money. Police say someone attempted to pass counterfeit bills Saturday at two different businesses. Both incidents involved an Hispanic female in her 20s attempting to pass counterfeit $100 bills. Now, police advise businesses to use the appropriate methods to verify money. The woman in the two incidents has not been apprehended. However, anyone with information is asked to call police at 570-459-4940 or dial 911. Anonymous tips can also be submitted to hazletonpolice.com or by texting a message to 274-637. Enter the word My Tips followed by a space and your tip. Some major headaches for a training program provided by the Hazleton Area School District. The recent cold weather caused several radiators to burst inside the building known as Vital House. The home that serves special needs students in the school district is located on West Oak Street in the city. Andre Marquez, the district's facilities director, told our media partner, the Standard Speaker, that no one was inside the building when the radiators burst, sending pieces of cast iron flying. An insurance inspector will determine the extent of damage when the house thaws and also determine whether water seeped into the walls. Vital House provides a space for students to learn to live independently. They're able to cook, clean, and do laundry at the home. Students who normally attend Vital House have been practicing skills at the Hazleton Area Career Center. Some district officials described Vital House as obsolete when touring it back in 2016. Some board members have also suggested building a smaller modular house near the Career Center. Well, the flu is making its rounds here in Pennsylvania and all around the country. I sat down with a local doctor for some important advice for dealing with it. I'm pleased to welcome back to our studios Dr. Daniel Benyo, who is with the Lehigh Valley Health Network in our area, this time talking about the flu. 'Tis the season, and hearing bad things on the national news that it's pretty bad this year. Is this true in our area as well?
Oh, certainly. We're starting to see more of flu-positive patients, certainly in the office and in the hospital.
Wow. So now we're hearing also on the national news every now and then, you know, that it's very bad this year. There are deaths. It's affecting all ages. How severe are you seeing here?
Typically the flu affects those who are in the elderly category, and it affects the younger individuals, too, babies. So it can be deadly with them. But already in the state of Pennsylvania, there was a death in someone in late December of 2017 who died from complications of the flu, and they were only in their 20s.
Wow. How do we know if we have the flu or we're just getting a cold? Is the part of the problem that maybe people think it is a cold, so they hesitate, and then the symptoms progress, and by the time they get to you, it's like far gone? Sure.
So common cold and flu kind of looks similar. And so usually a high fever, muscle aches, pains, sore throat, and then also it can have upper and lower respiratory symptoms, coughing, sneezing a lot, which kind of sound like the common cold, to be honest. Usually when you're in flu season, which technically is October to May, your suspicion of influenza is kind of raised. And so it's important always to contact your physician or provider if you are having symptoms. Biggest thing is to get a flu shot and hand hygiene, so washing your hands and preventing spread to other individuals. And if you're sick, just call your physician and hopefully they'll be able to see you.
Is there a time, like, should we go right away? Where should we go? Do we go like to an express care? Do we go to an emergency room? Do we call our doctor? How long do we wait? Does that affect how long we're going to be sick?
So the biggest thing would be if it's an emergency, go to the emergency room. If you're having some symptoms and signs of having a viral infection. I certainly would not go to the emergency department. They're already very busy, and the emergency department is to be used for emergencies. So I would call your provider and ask them if you can be seen or at least discuss your symptoms. Generally, treatment for influenza for someone of middle age without any complicated comorbidities would be, the treatment is usually within 48 hours. And the treatment is a common medication we use called Tamiflu, an antiviral. And the reason you give it within 48 hours is because some studies show that it can decrease the severity of symptoms, decrease transmission of it, and decrease the complications of developing the influenza. Certainly in the older population, if you're in a nursing home and there's a quote-unquote outbreak, treatment durations are a little bit longer and we treat them differently.
Is it too late to get a flu shot, and should I get a flu shot?
So there's 3 different strains of the flu. A lot of people talk about this 10%, the flu vaccine is only effective for 10%. That's based off of Australian data because their flu season runs from May to October. So we look to see how the vaccine is effective, its viral effectiveness. And so typically they're saying 10% for the H3 strain, and really there's other strains that are involved with the influenza vaccination. So not getting it does not provide protection for those other strains. And so you certainly during flu season should get the flu vaccination. It's never too late unless it's you're currently have the flu. Then it's not wise to get the flu vaccine, of course.
Okay. Always consult your doctor in case there's allergies or anything like that involved. We wanted to touch on, too, before you leave, that you are new to Lehigh Valley Health Network. We talked with you before, but you have Saturday hours, which is kind of unique in our area.
Yeah, we found that sometimes people work, they have their own lives, and going to an appointment during the week can be challenging. And so we offer hours on Saturday, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Down at the Drums location. And we work every Saturday. So myself and my brother and my dad kind of rotate throughout the Saturdays in that office.
And you will be moving in the near future to Lantern Lane in Cunningham.
Correct, yes. Hopefully, if by the very latest, the first week of February, we should be in the Lantern Lane location.
All right. Well, thank you so much for talking with us today. Please come back often because we'd love to have your advice on many of the questions that our viewers want answered.
Oh, certainly. Happy to be here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Special thanks to Dr. Benyo. Well, students from one school in our area took part in the 2018 March for Life in Washington, D.C. Students from Marian Catholic High School in Tamaqua joined with other pro-life supporters from around the country to take part in the annual march, which is held in our nation's capital on Friday. This is video the students provided to us from their day on Capitol Hill. The walk is in response to the 45th anniversary of Roe v. Wade, the decision that legalized abortion in America. Well, even though the weather may have warmed up temporarily, one state lawmaker is encouraging residents to apply for assistance. State Representative Tara Toohill stopped by our studios to give us an update on the help available for those who qualify.
People are having a hard winter. Maybe their oil bills were very high. They're still eligible to come in and apply for LIHEAP, which is home heating and oil assistance. We really recommend that you come in and we could just do an analysis. That was actually a program that was going to be cut, and the Congress fought to keep that, and the president, it's a federal program, he ended up not cutting that program. And really in our area, it's one of the top programs that people use. So we recommend come in and we'll do your analysis on LIHEAP. Also, for seniors out there and people that are waiting for their rent rebate or their property tax rebate, if you could do your property taxes as soon as possible, submit all of that, and then come in. We'll be ready to do your 2017 rebate as soon as possible. But that's a big one. You're going to get your property taxes, you get money back from that if you've paid your property taxes the prior year. So it's very important to get up to date on that, and then come in and let us, you can even call on the phone if you just call our number. We could even try to look at it over the telephone for you.
For more information, you can contact Representative Toohill's office at 570-453-1344. Well, Pennsylvania's tax filing season opened today. As a result, State Revenue Secretary Dan Hassel reminds you that you can file your personal income tax returns electronically. All taxpayers who received more than $33 in total gross taxable income in calendar year 2017 must file a Pennsylvania personal income tax return by midnight of Tuesday, April 17th, 2018. The deadline's extended this year due to Emancipation Day, a holiday in Washington, D.C., observed on Monday, April 16th. Free tax forms and instructions are available at www.revenue.pa.gov. Well, still ahead on SSPTV News, Ron Marchetti's coming up with his weekly sports trivia segment. And when we come right back, find out where your pups can play. News on a new dog park is next. This is SSPTV News, your place for 24 hours of your hometown news and information.
This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
I'm pleased to welcome back to our studios Mayor Tom Connors, the mayor of Weatherly, also the director of the Carbon County Animal Shelter. I know this guy loves dogs. And now I hear there's a new dog park in Weatherly.
There is a new dog park that just opened. It's in Urena Park behind the pavilion. It's a nice fenced-in area, a double gate system where people could bring their dog in, take it off the leash, play with it, socialize it, and give your dog some running time, which all dogs need. So we're happy. It's a big part of the community.
I remember going down to Urena Park and interviewing you about something else a while back, and you were like, I'd like to see a dog park. So what did you have to do to make it happen?
Well, we had to raise some money. I mean, that's important. It's one thing to come up with the idea, but you also have to put the work behind it and raise the money. And we put a group together, the Weatherly Canine Club, and for the past couple of years been raising money. We had some good people donate some money. We used some funds from our clothing drive that we do monthly in Urena Park now, and that helped us with the funding. And we put up a nice fence, and the dogs have a place to play, so that's a good thing.
So you want to keep raising money. So there is a drop-off place at Urena Park where people can drop off their clothing, and then that helps you guys to keep things running.
Yeah, we started that about a year ago. We accept clean, usable clothing, and then what happens is we sell this clothing to a company, and they give us some money, and in about a year now, we've raised close to $4,000, so I'm pretty happy with that. Half the money goes towards our recycling program, which makes sense. Any other half gets to be used for the park itself. So if we need a piece of equipment or we want to do something, the funds are there. So it's a good thing.
Who can use the dog park? Any rules, specific guidelines? You have to be from Weatherly?
No, we don't play that game in Weatherly. As long as you respect our community, you're welcome. That's always been the case as long as I've been involved, and I hope it always is the case. You know, Weatherly is a welcoming town. There are some simple rules, and you can't have an aggressive dog in the park, and you have to clean up after yourself. You're responsible for your dog. I mean, that's just the law. That's the way it is. So we don't think we're going to have any problems with it whatsoever. And it's a proven fact that when you have a dog park in the community, things are always better. I mean, it's better when these dogs are socialized. It's better when they get that energy out, and it just makes for all-around better living in the community. So it's a positive thing. I mean, we worked hard to get it. We have it now, and after we're all settled with it, we'll move on to the next project.
There's a lot of dog lovers out there, including myself. So this brings a lot of people, though, to your community as well, because they'll want to enjoy the park, and then they see what Weatherly has to offer.
Absolutely, and there's not a lot of places that offer the park, and some people, if you join a park, there's a yearly fee, things like that. Our park's a little bit different. Like I said, there's no fee to get in, and all we ask is you respect our park. That's the key, respect our community and our park. So we're expecting a lot of people to use it. We think the dogs are going to be happier, and it's a good thing all around.
All right. Well, a new dog park in Weatherly. Congratulations, Mayor. Keep up the good work. He'll be back to talk with us from time to time to keep us up to date on what's happening in the borough of Weatherly.
Time now for weather on SSPTV News.
Well, it was a rather dreary start to our work week today. Let's check out the latest forecast from the National Weather Service to see if things improve. For tonight, expect patchy drizzle before midnight. Otherwise, some drizzle or light rain. Our low around 43 degrees. New precipitation amounts between 1/4 and 1/2 inch possible. Moving on to the 4-day outlook. Tuesday, rain, possibly a thunderstorm before 2, then a chance of showers. High getting up to 48 degrees. New precipitation amounts between 1/4 and 1/2 inch possible. Tuesday night, cloudy skies, are low around 27. Partly sunny on Wednesday, temperatures around freezing. On Wednesday night, cloudy skies with a low dipping down to 17 degrees. On Thursday, plenty of sunshine, but a high of only 27. Clear at night with a low of 15. On Friday, more sunshine, a little warmer with a high of 36 degrees. Then partly cloudy on Friday night with our low getting down to 26 degrees. And now the Pennsylvania Lottery midday winning lottery numbers. The pick 2, 66. Our pick 3 is 579. Pick 4, 0507. And the pick 5, 70559. Our wild number is 2. When we come back, Ron Marchetti's in with Trivia Treats.
Time now for sports on SSPTV News.
Well, last weekend, Mahanoy area's Matt Lewandowski won his 100th match, and this weekend he won a Schuylkill League title. So what's up next weekend, Matt? Lewandowski was one of 3 local wrestlers to win gold at the Schuylkill League Championships. Teammate Matt Lewandowski won at 182 pounds, and Tamaulipa's Bronson Strauss was first at 220 pounds. The Blue Raiders finished 4th as a team at the competition. Reading dealt the Hazleton area their first loss in boys basketball in a non-league matchup. Head coach Mike Joseph says his team competed for 32 minutes, and that's playing this game on the road in a great atmosphere will help his team as they fight for a conference and district championships. On Friday, the Cougars beat Tunkhannock back in Wyoming Valley conference play. Matt Marchetti paced the Preppers with 25 points in their win over Lake Lehman. Tyler Fritz scored 38 in Marion Schuylkill League's crossover game with Williams Valley. In Division 1 of the Schuylkill League North, Schuylkill beat Tamaulipa. Zach Stokes led the Spartans with 28 points. Nativity beat Mahanoy area in a crossover game in girls basketball. Hazleton snapped a 2-game losing streak, and Marion had a winning streak snapped. In the pool, Hazleton area swept Wyoming Valley West. The Wilkes-Barre-Scranton Penguins lost 2 games on the road. At Hartford, they fell in overtime. The loss at Providence snapped an 8-game winning streak. I'm heading to the bench. Here's Ron Marchetti to close things out.
The Eagles and Patriots are going to Super Bowl 52. Hi, everybody. On this January 22nd, this is Trivia Treats. The Patriots won last year. The Eagles have not been there since 2005. They've never won a Super Bowl. But speaking of Super Bowl, on this very day, exactly 29 years ago, Joe Montana led the San Francisco 49ers to a last-minute touchdown to slide the Niners past the Cincinnati Bengals 20-16 in the Super Bowl in Miami. In that game, Montana drove his team 92 yards in 11 plays. The year was 1989. 1 year and 5 days before that Super Bowl, in 1988, the Cleveland Browns fell 38-33 to the Denver Broncos in the AFC Championship game at Mile High Stadium in Denver. The Broncos led 21-3 at halftime, but Cleveland rallied to deadlock the game 31-31 on a Bernie Kosar touchdown pass. Then John Elway drove Denver 75 yards into the end zone on a 20-yard touchdown pass. Then, with the Broncos up 38-31, the Browns were driving for a potential game-tying touchdown when Cleveland's running back, Ernest Biner, fumbled on the 2-yard line with 1 minute left to go in the game. Denver recovered and took a safety for the 38-33 win. Mother of God! It was the second year in a row in which the Broncos defeated the Browns in a thriller in the AFC Championship game. In 1987, Denver won 23-20 in overtime at Cleveland. Finally, 58 years ago at this time, in 1960, a twin-engine DC-3 with a defective electrical system carrying members of the Minneapolis Lakers NBA team crash-landed in the dark during a snowstorm in a cornfield near Carroll, Iowa. The plane was without lights, radio transmission, and flight dials, and was running very low on fuel. The wind-whipped snow was so thick that the pilot had to lean out the windows for visibility. The aircraft landed in a foot of snow with no injuries to any of the 23 on board. The Lakers were traveling home to Minneapolis from St. Louis following a loss to the St. Louis Hawks. The team completed the journey home by bus. Among those who escaped the crash were coach Jim Pollard and players Elgin Baylor, Frank Selvey, Tom Hawkins, Rod Ellis, or Boo Ellis, Larry Faust, Dick Garmaker, Hot Rod Hundley, Jim Krebs, and Bob Leonard. It was almost like when Sully landed his jetliner in the Hudson River in New York a couple of years ago. They called it the Miracle on the Hudson. 58 years ago, they called the Lakers mishap the Cornfield Miracle in Iowa. Even though the Lakers lost that night, they were a very, very lucky team. Till Friday, be a good sport and stay loose.
Good evening, everyone. Here's today's Talk of the Town. We'll kick off the social report with the 21st Annual Country for a Cure event being held on January 27th at the Freeland Event Center. Ticket deadline for this event is January 24th. You may purchase a $35 ticket that will include a cocktail hour, dinner, and unlimited draft beer and soda. The other option is a $10 ticket, which will be a cash bar starting at 7 p.m. Due to renovations to Catholic Social Services, Survivors After Suicide Loss Support Group will be meeting at 81 South Church Street in Hazleton until further notice. Meetings are every second and fourth Tuesday of the month starting at 6 p.m. For more information, you can call 570-455-1521. And one today's social report with kindergarten registration in the Hazleton Area School District for the 2018-2019 school year being held in the administration building by appointment only on the days that are listed on your screen. And that's today's Talk of the Town. SSPTV News would like to send our sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Robert L. Bellatier of Zion Grove. There will be a memorial service on Friday at 5 p.m. at the Harmon Funeral Home in Drums. Friends may call Friday from 3 to 5 p.m. at the funeral home. And Marie Bonner of Hazleton. Mass is Thursday at 10 a.m. at Annunciation Parish at Church of St. Gabriel in Hazleton. Friends may call Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Joseph B. Conahan Funeral Home in Hazleton. Attention pay-per-view subscribers! If you see your name now on SSPTV News, you can call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Today's winner is Wayne Lowkey of Sugarloaf Township. Call now and leave a message at 570-455-7267 extension 104 for your free movie.
Remember to download our free app so you can take us with us wherever you go. And we'll see you back here tomorrow night, same time, same channel.
Watch us online anytime at ssptv.com and follow us on Facebook and Twitter.